Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I think it is quite interesting how the XRP price is playing out kind of like we expected it to, and really to some quite heavy degree. So what we were talking about yesterday was how this little dump right here, this specific two candles right here on the 1 hour, were not really that conclusive, meaning this was most likely a dump related to XRP, most likely for breaking out of this triangle to the downside, and that is again a bearish signal. And I told people in Patreon too, that is what we should act on. Now after that happened though, of course you're gonna try to short this one and then kind of get out of your position at one point or another in some profit. It depends on your own type of strategy. And then later on, I made 3 videos explaining why I am buying this dip, then a little bit later why I'm still excited about XP here, and why I'm still hesitant to actually go long around this area. 3 specific videos. The reason I decided to buy the dip right here was actually because I told you all, if we actually do not cross lower than our initial dump, that's actually really bullish sign, because usually you do, right? In this specific case here, almost anything, you'll see. If there's a huge red candle on an hourly, if the next one within a little cycle here isn't deeper, then that's bullish. But if it is deeper, then again, you're not exactly sure when it's going to be dumping. Here again, we get a deep candle here, deep dump. Next one was bullish, right? In the sense that you're still coming along with the trend line here. Specifically, these are trend line points. Those are a little bit more significant than the other ones, but still, it's basically a little bit of common knowledge that if the second time it's less deep, usually that is a good indication that you can trade something. But the second one was basically the little negative trend line here, or the triangle, depending on how you see it. This is basically the trend since May 5th, basically going downwards. And I told you all, if we break that, boom, that is very nice. But specifically, this little support slash, I guess, turned resistance area right now, we touched it twice, came back down lower. For the third time, once we broke, again, you're going to wait for confirmation. But I think on a 30-minute, we got the perfect confirmation that I wanted. And this was a short-term trade that I went for. I think we actually were waiting for the confirmation of the trend line, actually, before buying into it. And then the second one, we were basically betting that it was going to overtake this one. So what betting on that means is that you're going to assume that it's going to overtake that to go to the next area. You're going to have a stop loss, like, for example, right around here. So you're going to open a position right here, basically think it's going to break through and touch this area, and then you have a stop loss a little bit below. That's exactly what we did, and that scenario played out. A little bit later, I told you all as well, this area here, I'm getting out of my trade at about 159, 158 point something, because it's too scary for me. We don't know if we're going to cross this. We don't know if we're going to get rejected. And pretty funny enough, the first scenario I sketched to you guys with my little drawing tool was that we're going to see something like this. A huge increase and then another candle below again. Why? Because that's usually what happens. That's really very freaking often what happens, and that is also what I was a little bit afraid for. And that is interestingly how it also played out the first couple of hours. Then again, right now we are coming back upwards, and I would say we're just hovering around this longer term trend line right now, and I'm assuming a lot of positive things from it all, because we are. I do think we'll just get back above there, and this is basically just a bear trap. Then again, it's something you shouldn't take too lightly, right? In this case here, I'm not exactly sure what we're doing right now. This is just some sideways trading with a little bit of a dip, and we decided to take the short-term bait, basically. On a daily and almost any other perspective, things are just looking extremely, extremely bullish still. It doesn't really, change or anything like that. And I keep telling people I'm extremely, extremely excited, even though a lot of negativity is being spread around the space. By the way, guys, let me say it differently. If you are enjoying the daily crypto news, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And this specific website is Bybit. That's the one I'm using for leverage trading right now. If you don't know how it works, don't go for it because it's difficult. I'm going to say it like that, straight up. But if you do know what you're doing, Bybit is definitely the easiest and the freaking, this is the best one for me right now. And so I'm using it all the freaking time. A link is down below. There's some XRP specific competition for you guys, and there will be more competition soon. All you have to do is use the link down below from the US and make sure you use a VPN. All right, moving on. Let's quickly see what I got. Shane Ellis posted, "I'm numb to being angry when it comes to XRP. Ripple screwed us for 3 years by dumping and suppressing the price of XRP. The SEC case makes me bullish and excited because we know the game at play. We know XRP is getting cleared for launch in a massive way. Go on, SEC." That is a reply to Jungle Inc., which said, "Ripple XRP, the SEC tried to harm investors and should be angry." This is kind of like how I title my videos. Ripple XRP thingy like that. This is how I always title my videos. That's pretty funny. I like that. Maybe he's copying. Maybe it's just his own style. Maybe he does it the same way. I don't really know. Maybe he's been doing this for years, but this is always how I do them. If you guys have noticed that too, it's pretty funny. I used to do it all the time, but whatever. I don't expect the SEC to go out of the way to help XP investors, but to actively harm us is inexcusable. It's also the video I made yesterday as well. All right, move it. Or maybe he's even shared my video. No, I don't think this is the one I called it. No, he made his own version of it. But I also talked about this one. I guess it's a little bit, whatever. Let's screw it. Let's go on. All right, Kamal posted, look at Doge and XRP weekly logarithmic charts, identical. If XRP follows the market structure, the same as Doge did, a $2,500 XRP doesn't seem that crazy after all. Not going to tell you guys that $2,500 XRP is ever going to happen. What I am telling you guys, though, is that XRP and Doge are coming along quite nicely. And what that should mean is a pump at one point or another. It's basically because if you look at it from a weekly perspective, I guess right now this is a logarithmic chart, not the normal one. It still kind of shows you the same thing, though. Doge came down for a little bit for a couple of weeks before a huge little spark upwards. And XRP kind of had that little situation happening right now as well. So a lot of people are speculating, even me right now, that a huge rise might be around the corner here, just might come up, might literally just come up right now. Mostly again on the basis that if you look at it from this perspective, let's quickly look at the weekly. If I can zoom out, if I can zoom, there we go. We came to about 196, then down for about 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks or so. I guess three and a little bit weeks. To go back up now, it would literally just follow along with the pattern that Doge did, which is pretty damn juicy to think about. Then, guys, make sure you follow me over on Twitter too. My YouTube account was deleted a couple of days, as most of you guys already probably know. Then again, that also made me a little bit more worried about not being able to connect with you guys if something goes wrong. So I just want to quickly tell you, make sure you are connected to to me by following me over on Twitter. A link will be down below for sure. Then I want to talk about this stuff, but I also kind of don't. SpaceX to be paid in Dogecoin for lunar payload. I'll make another separate video on 5 Minute Crypto about this because the situation is so freaking interesting. But this is the first transaction in which Doge, a token founded in 2013 as a joke, will be used for something beyond tipping and raising small amounts of money. Not completely true, there are some other small use cases obviously, but this is definitely the biggest one and a really interesting one at that. SpaceX SN-15 Starship prototype liftoffs from the company's Starship facility in Texas. They will carry a commercial payload to the moon on its Falcon 9 rocket and be paid entirely in the crypto Doge. Geometric Energy Company or Corporation announced through PR Newswire that it will collaborate with SpaceX on the Doge 1 mission, which will launch a 40-kilogram miniature satellite called CubeSat on a Falcon 9 lunar payload mission early next year. What a fun situation, huh? SpaceX accepts Dogecoin as payment to launch Doge 1 mission to the moon next year. Elon Musk will launch the Doge 1 mission to the moon in the first quarter of 2022, with the company accepting the meme-inspired crypto as payment. Geometric Energy announced the Dogecoin-funded mission on Sunday, as SpaceX Vice President of Commercial Sales Tom Ochinero said in a statement that Doge 1 will demonstrate the application of cryptocurrency beyond Earth orbit and set the foundation for interplanetary commerce. These guys are memeing the whole entire world. It's pretty funny to actually witness, I guess. Then, why Ethereum is uncapped in terms of how high it can go. I want to quickly say there's so much use case in Ethereum too. People are saying, Dusty, it's not going to be going up, or Dusty, I wouldn't buy it if I were you. Get out of here, man. I sincerely think that the price of Ethereum is uncapped. Even though the supply is uncapped too, I just firmly believe there isn't really any limitation to where it can go as time just moves on. I don't think there's going to be any limitation, and I just keep telling people that. Same thing for, I guess, an XRP. There isn't necessarily one limitation because of the scope of the use. But again, it's hard for people to realize this just quite yet. It's only when it starts to happen, when people just see prices unimaginable. For me, Ethereum at 3,000, it's already 4,000, let's say it like that, is already kind of unimaginable because I was still hesitant to buy it at $200 at some points. And now it's freaking 4,000, I'm still buying like bulk. So, yeah, I mean, it's really until you see these unimaginable numbers that you start to believe in them. But right now, I understand if it sounds ridiculous that Ethereum can literally go to $10,000 or $20,000, but it's a time where a lot of things are possible. And I keep telling you guys, I think crypto will go at least 10 times as big from here. Don't you agree with that? And if it keeps the same percentages, then Ethereum is at 40,000, Bitcoin is at 500,000, and it might not happen this cycle. Don't get me wrong. All right, but I am extremely bullish. And same thing for XRP. But I think XRP can do at least times like 14, 15 or so. In a very short term still. Then Cardano smashes new all-time high following 14% gain. I gave my targets on all these cryptos over on Patreon as well. Matic is nearly wiped off of exchanges. What is the effect on the price? Matic is just pretty huge right now because of scarcity. People are picking up Matic like crazy, and I explained once more over I'm kind of being a plug right now. I don't know why. Over on Patreon, in a little bit more of a detailed post, specifically on Matic, why it's a pretty huge crypto. But understand for me, Matic has fundamentals like crazy. And then Bank of England governor says, prepare to lose all your money if you invest in Bitcoin. Investors should be extremely vigilant when investing in crypto, as they can lose all their money, said the Bank of England's governor. The title here is a little bit too heavy because he just says be careful, which any logical person would say, right? Just be careful with your money. It's risky. It's very volatile. It's the usual stuff. So the article is a little bit more funny than it needs to be. It didn't say, prepare to lose all your money. He just basically says, hey, if you're investing into that type of stuff, maybe I personally wouldn't do it, but if you do, be careful with your money because it's risky. And that's literally the approach that anybody should have. Cryptocurrencies are riskier, but then again, it depends on what you define as risk. I personally think fiat is a risk too because of the huge inflation that is about to come or might come. Then again, you can always debate about these things, and so, yeah, you do you, I do me. I am a crypto investor. Like 80% of my money is in there, maybe 95 even, I don't know, just a lot. And I will keep it that way. If you don't, that's completely fine. But we have differing opinions, I guess. All right, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto update soon. So take care, make sure you press the like button, and I'll see you guys again in another one.